Mary and Brian from Infinity Where the Learning Never Ends went to Salinas, Monterey County, California to visit students, teachers and leaders involved in several exciting learning programs. What a special visit it was. Lettuces galore, the yummiest strawberries ever, and most importantly, many fabulous stories about students learning and living for better futures. On arrival, they briefly met with Chris Devers, Principal of Salinas Community School Programs, then visited the 4 programs: Silver Star, Safe, Peacock Acres, and Rancho Cielo. Brian quickly explained how useful it is for all of us, both young and old, to understand and improve how we go about learning for living. Learning in the modern world has so many possibilities. Who knows what opportunities are around the corner? The students and their teachers and other adult supporters were shown how to draw the interactive web surrounding their learning situations. The people who help me learn, the tools that help me learn, the places that help me learn, and the interactions that help me learn. All the students and adults were then invited to sketch their Infinity learning maps, either about something they were finding tricky, challenging or hard in their learning, or something they were passionate about. The maps' contexts ranged from math, soccer, losing friends, general learning, creative writing, and a passion for music.
What I'm trying to change is maybe doing my math more at home and learning myself. And that's what it is. My math is what I have trouble in, and I'm trying to be better at it.
Most students displayed their unique web of interactions. Some chose to sit and think for a while, and a few wanted to know why they should engage in the activity. It was hard for some to wonder why a couple of expert educators were interested in travelling all the way from New Zealand to Salinas to listen to their stories of how they are learning to learn. Truth is, these people love hearing the fascinating stories. More importantly, being able to push back on the students and ask them to explain their Infinity map and to think about a useful change in their interactive webs.
This is my workplace. I've been working here for about a year, and I got this job because I helped out volunteer at my local boxing gym, and because of that, I got my first job with my boss, who helps me with he helps with mentoring me. He's a father figure. He's my friend, as well as as well as my boss's family. He helps me with my personal needs. My family that I live at home, they support me in everything that I do in my life at this very young age I'm living. My family has always been there to support me, and I am very grateful for them. Here's my boxing gym. This is my favorite part of my this is my favorite part of the day because I get to go and relieve all my stress that I have built up throughout the day, and I just can just feel free to just enjoy myself. Thank you.
One of the main purposes for Infinity mapping is to ask students to look at their current situation and decide on a change themselves that would improve that situation. Maybe learning more with peers than relying on one-to-one time with a teacher, or avoiding distractions and getting on with some foundation learning, or taking a risk to tell a teacher that the learning is too easy for them. The big question back to the students was, what are they going to do differently to make the change? And what support would they like from their teacher, family, caregiver, and other adults in their lives?
My parents got divorced when I was young, so my dad and I kind of drifted away because I was living with my mom for a while. So one of the changes that I actually wanted to make was to kind of get more in touch with my dad. So I was saying that in order to do that, I'd like to contact him at least once a week just to kind of build up that relationship again. So we'll see how that goes.
My name's Antonio Silva, and this is my map. So it starts at home. And at home, I use the internet, and from the internet, I log into YouTube to watch music videos, and I gain knowledge from YouTube in order to play my guitar. And me playing guitar shows my passion and love for music. And something I would change would be time management and make a specific schedule to have more time to play guitar.
One student said, "I want to come to school all the time." "So what will you do differently?" "I will keep out of trouble," was the response. "So how will you do this?" This caused considerable thinking. A critical part of the infinity mapping process is an analysis of trends in the maps, firstly by the students for personalised change, and then among the teachers and leaders for strategic change. Brian and Mary did an analysis of the maps from Salinas. Several trends emerged that indicated a desire among the students to shift from a comfort zone situation to a more challenging situation. The students' perspectives also included a strong message about having fun in life. The students said graduation, diplomas and degrees are important, but so too are family, friends, and growing heart, soul and spirit.
Trust yourself, trust your experience, trust your spirit, trust your mind, trust your soul. Read a lot of books, and always support and be around your family, because family is everything. Without family, you have nothing.
Brian and Mary also introduced the mapping process to the case management team, including various roles of social worker, college and career readiness coordinator, special education coordinator, court school principal, and court liaison individual learning plan facilitator. The group engaged in the first 3 steps of the infinity mapping process. Brian videoed the group sharing their maps with one another. All were oblivious to this, as their interest was high in sharing maps and listening to someone else talk about their infinity map. Teachers and leaders reflected on how they could support the students to make their changes. They understood the importance of providing the right amount of scaffold for each student, not too much and not too little.
I'm Krisha Kerr, and I am a lead teacher at the SAFE program for Monterey County Office of Education, Alternative Education. So this has been a very interesting process for me for doing infinity mapping. Galilea is one of our students, and this is her first map, and she had just come to us a few days before she made this, actually. And you can see that initially when she first came, her network was mainly her telephone, which was a semi-smartphone, and then her mother and her aunt, and that's who she saw as being her interactives for her education. And this, not more than 30 days later, is how she's grown. And I just find it so fascinating to see how her engagement in her own learning has brought her from where she was at not more than 30 days ago to where she is now. She was able to record herself after she created her second map. And we were having a conversation about this. As you can see, when she first came to us, she was pretty sheltered in her sharing, or at least in what she was perceiving for herself. And in this one, she really expanded. And the one thing that she shared with me is how excited she was to be able to share this map. And initially how she was very shy and was very worried about what she would say and messing up. And after she shared, she explained to me how proud of herself she is, and that she was able to talk in front of the camera and share her thoughts and feelings to someone else. So it was an amazing transformation.
That helps me too is my mistakes and lessons, because without them you wouldn't learn. So that's me going up and down, but right now I'm going up because I'm graduating. And something that gives me a lot of support is my son, because without my son I wouldn't be here. And that's my future, that it's gonna bright, because I'm doing everything for my son.
These I see as more for planning for life, and I think it's a wonderful concept to be able to give students the ability to share with us things that we would never pick up from them if we were just giving them direct lessons all the time.
Brian and Mary look forward to their return visit and following the students' stories in Salinas. They are hoping to showcase some of the stories on the Infinity website.